Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green. I'm the manager of the first place AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys, currently 11 points clear of our nearest opponent. We're top of the league. We're top of the league. AFC Wimbledon, we're top of the league. I'm feeling pretty good about us right now. Gotta say, I think we're doing all right. Everything's going according to plan for the Wimbly Womblys. It's inexplicably sunny in Britain. We're going to do a Google autofill today. We haven't done one of those yet with the Wimbly Womblys, where I'm going to do my parents are. And we're going to learn about my parents. Presumably not mine, but yours. Just to prepare you, I'm probably going to side with your parents more than you would like. Unless you are a parent, in which case you will love this episode. All right, what do we got? Oh, we almost had a goal, but no, we didn't. We didn't. What? Oh, it's a goal kick. All right, Meredith, what's up? My parents are aliens? You know, I don't know if you know this, Meredith, but when I was a kid, I thought my parents were aliens. For real. For quite a long time, actually. And it wasn't because my parents weren't nice or because they weren't active in my life or any of that. I just thought all humans were aliens other than me, and that I was the subject of a weird alien experiment by the alien people. And that, like, every time I turned around, they took off their human costumes and, like, revealed their ugly alien selves. And then every time I turned back around, they put back on their alien costumes. And I was, like, completely convinced of this for, like, so long that I'm embarrassed to even admit to you how long it went on. And then finally, like, I revealed it to my parents, and they were like, we're not aliens. And I was like, oh, all right. That's pretty much the summary of my childhood. That is what Calvin and Hobbes is about, essentially. So obviously I'm not totally alone in this respect. Oh, I thought that was going to be a goal, but it wasn't. It wasn't. And then we were offside. What's my parents are? Boring. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Your parents should be boring, frankly. I think, like, I often think about my own relationship with my parents when I was a teenager because this is like kind of like my career is writing about that stuff, and I tend to write not always, but I tend to write like pretty high functioning families because I was in a very functional family, and as a result of being in like a relatively functional family where my parents were like relatively boring people who were always like, don't smoke cigarettes and stop drinking in the house and all that stuff. I never really thought about them. Like, they were just sort of like inconveniences to me. But other than that, I never really considered them in any way, at any point. I just didn't think about them because they were very boring to me. Now, of course, like as an adult, they're much more interesting to me, and I see them as like the complex, multifaceted individuals that they are. But I think like it's something to be kind of grateful for if your parents are boring, because it means that your parents aren't like ruining your life by being screwed up and trying to make your life about them. So hooray for boring parents. I intend to do everything that I can be to be an exceptionally boring parent so that my kid is constantly like, oh, he's so boring. Good. Go ahead and think that. Oh, it's gotta be. Oh, but it isn't. What? I mean, that was like a Barcelona-style passing heavy goal, except that it wasn't a goal. And then we shot from the outside like we like to do, and that didn't come to anything either. Congratulations to Morecam, who've managed to hold us scoreless for 25 whole minutes. What's my next letter? My parents are cheap. Again, your parents are cheap because they're trying to save money so that they can like take care of you, send you to college, like do nice things for you that you don't know that you want, but you do want them. So be grateful for your cheap-ass parents. What's next? Divorcing. Well, that's not easy. My parents are divorcing. I mean, that's something that, I can't say it's always unfortunate. Sometimes divorce is a thing that very much needs to happen. It's cliche to say that it's not about you, but it's really not about you. Marriages are like complex, multifaceted beasts, and it's really... Oh, you got to have a better pass there. I'm going to divorce you. Oh, I think that was other John Green, so I take it back. I would never. No. I will always love you. I didn't get there, Meredith. I didn't get there. I didn't get to the top, though. It was just all they're going to hear is silence. Maybe a faint breath. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Like it's really hard. It's hard when your parents have any kind of marital troubles. It's particularly hard when your parents' marriage ends, and but like anything, it does get easier with time. Oh, off the post! Oh, it should have been. That's disappointing. All right, what's next? My parents are embarrassing. Again, this is good. This is good. Your parents should be embarrassing. Of course they're embarrassing. Like, you go to the movies, and they're just like, it's just incredibly uncomfortable. My son, who is 3.5, is already having this experience. Like, we went and saw The Croods a few months ago, and when we saw The Croods, he was like, the whole time he was like, Dad, don't try to cuddle with me. I'm like, you're 3, and there's some scary parts. I'm gonna cuddle with you. He's like, don't want to cuddle with me. There's other kids here. They're gonna see you cuddling with me. So like, you have to understand that from your parents' perspective, like, all of life is just you slowly walking away from them, and all from the moment you're born, really, you're just becoming less and less dependent upon them. And you are also, I don't want to criticize, but you are also not being necessarily exceptionally grateful for all the sacrifice that they've made to help take care of you. So in their mind, they're just like, what is going on here? Like, this child who I have, like, loved and cared for is suddenly, like, horrified by me. And I'm the same cool hip guy I was 20 years ago. That's the other thing, is you got to remember that your parents think that they are cool because they remember having been, oh, John Green, John Green. He gives it all for the team. Upon his mustache, we're keen. Bald John Green, John Green. He's a finisher. I mean, that's just absolute classic bald John Green finishing. He wasn't in the right position when the cross came in, so he said, you know what, I'm going to back up, and I'm going to use my beautiful bald head and my beautiful red mustache to get that ball in the back of the net because I care about AFC Wimbledon all the way down in the depths of my soul. And finally, the breakthrough is established. It's 1-0 AFC Wimbledon. Now we're hungry. Oh, we're hungry for more. That didn't go the way I expected it to. What's my next letter? My parents are forcing me to go to college. I mean, look, I told you that I was going to side with your parents over and over and over again, and I am a parent myself. We are in a union. Like, we have to take care of each other, parents. Yeah, of course they're forcing you to go to college. What do you expect them to force you to do? Not go to college? Yeah. Dang it. I always want it. I want it so bad. I just want Bamba to score a goal. Yeah, I mean, you can't know what the future looks like, but my strong suspicion, I don't know a lot of people who are, like, regret graduating from college. You know, you'll finish when you're 21 or 22, and you'll have your entire adult life to prove to your parents how wrong they were to force you to go to college. And, you know, and if that's something you want to do, you should go and do it. But, I mean, I think, like, your parents are more than likely right, actually. Oh, speaking of right, dang it, gah. I just hit the B button like 200 times. How many times do you have to hit it to score in this game? All right. What's my next letter? My parents are getting old. I feel you, man. I feel you. Oh, it's from nothing. We'd like some more. We'd like some more. We liked your goal, and we'd like some more. Yeah, I feel you about the getting old thing. My parents are getting a little bit old as well. And I mean, just a little bit old. I can't say they're getting super old because my dad, like, still, like, basically he runs our business. Like, we couldn't do any of the stuff that we do without Dad. So, you know, he's not old, but they're getting older pretty much daily. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, it's not, there's no easy way to be old. The only thing worse than being old is the alternative, which is, you know, ceasing aging due to being dead. So, yeah, Meredith said the only thing worse than getting old is Benjamin buttoning, which is totally true. It'd be so much worse to Benjamin button than it is to just get old in the old-fashioned way. Yeah, so at least you're not Benjamin buttoning. At least your parents aren't Benjamin buttoning. I'm just trying to find the bright spot here. Unless they are. If we can go back to my parents are B, is one of them my parents are Benjamin buttoning? Because if so, like, that should be cause for alarm. You should be worried. Oh, that's okay. I went out of bounds. What's my next letter? My parents are having another baby. Panic! No, that is a legitimate source for concern. I mean, both to you and to your parents. If you are old enough to Google and your parents are having another baby, you should be worried because things are going to change for you. And at least in the short run, not for the better. Oh! He's big, he's tough, he has a brilliant puff. Other John Green, other John Green. He's big, he's tough, he has a brilliant puff. Other John Green, other John Green. He's such a finisher. You got to say, Ball John Green's been getting the bulk of the goals this season for the Wimbly Womblys. And, of course, like because of his mustache and because he's, you know, taller and maybe like a little bit more prototypically handsome, he does get the bulk of the attention from the media and the fans. And you hear a lot of, like, the Ball John Green song is probably a little bit better than the other John Green song. All that comes into play. But other John Green, just an absolute cracker of a player. I mean, just an amazing, amazing player and such a fantastic finisher. But he just brings such energy and fireworks to the Wimbly Womblys. So special. Oh, that was a little bit late. I was a smidge late, I'll admit. Don't give me a card. I was just trying to give him a hug. I just wanted to give him a hug. Now I feel bad. I just wanted to give him a little leg hug. That was my bad. What's my next letter? My parents are immature. That's a big issue. I mean, the thing is, your parents, I always thought, because my parents were really good parents and never made me think about them, like I said, parents, I think, are inherently, like, they're human. They're just like other humans. They're and so, like, they're capable of, they make all the same mistakes that other humans make, but there's the pressure is so much greater because they are parents, and they are judged, especially by their kids. I think this is right. Like you're judged by an entirely different standard by your kids because they expect you to like do really, really well because you're usually asking a lot of them also. So I think it's not. Oh, get there! Oh, P. Sweeney. I don't. That guy just doesn't. He's not as fast as Frankenstein. Yeah. So I mean, sometimes your parents are going to be immature. You're going to have to forgive your parents in your life. It's not easy to do. I'll admit it, but you got it. You're going to have to do it because otherwise you're just going to be miserable forever. Because no parents are perfect. They're always going to make mistakes. Like as a parent, I make mistakes all the time. It's frustrating, but there's nothing I can do about it because I'm just not that perfect of a person. Oh, dang it! Could have been a little. What, offside? What's the call? Did I get offside for being good looking, or did I just win the game? Did I win the game? Is there a substitution? What's going on? Referee, I don't know what happened. Your whistle was unclear. Now I'm just staring at the. Oh, it's a substitution. It's just a substitution. Okay. Oh, we have a penalty. We haven't had a penalty. I don't know what to do. I got to go to settings. Hold on. I'm panicked now. A penalty. Let's go to player roles, Meredith. Everybody calm down. We have a penalty here in the 90th minute. We're up 4-0, so it's not going to affect who wins the game. It's just about what song do I want to sing. Actually, you know who hasn't scored all year? You know who saved 2 penalties in a game against Luton Town to send us into the Football League, to make it possible for the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys even to exist, to make this moment even conceivable. Seb Brown had to stop 2 penalties against Luton Town. And today, he is going to take a penalty for the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys. Maybe he'll score, maybe he won't. Oh, look at him. He's beautiful, Meredith, isn't he? He's nicely built. Are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing? Are you not seeing it? He's very yellow, but I mean, underneath the yellow, there's some strength of purpose, if you know what I mean. Oh! One of these days, Sebi. 3-0 victory for AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys on the strength of goals from John Green, and then in the 64th minute, we got some more. Thank you for watching. Best wishes.